So timestamps definitely exist for this video because I'll need it, and if you didn't hear, basically I am going to be doing a new save file for the update because boy, it's been a while since I played Against the Storm, pretty much at all. Now, obviously this means I need to pretty much start from the bottom and work up, but essentially I'm just going to be upgrading prestiges immediately up to around, I say, prestige 12 or 13, because let me tell you that the main save that I'm using, I got absolutely destroyed doing a high prestige. So yeah, we'll skip the tutorial here. I'll probably do them on my own time. They give you a little bit of goodies here and there, but I mean, I figure let's just get into the meat of it. Not that there's much to it anyway. This video should be relatively shorter than in the future, but I guess we'll find out. So again, just explaining through things. I think my success rate overall in just my life in Against the Storm is about 85% so far. Yeah, 85% so far. And then also, just to be completely transparent, yes, I know how to manually back up my saves. You just have me solemnly swearing that I'm not doing any voodoo magic, basically, and that would take much more of my own time. I don't feel it would be great to do that. So, just in every single shape or fashion. But if for some reason this is your first video watching me and you're still watching to this point, again, we're just explaining as we're going through the opening of a new save file. In fact, I should have actually made the backup after quote-unquote ending the cycle here, but I'll do it after this video. But again, you just have to take me at my word that I'm not doing any voodoo manual backup save magic, because just in case, I have lost online saves in other games before. Not really Against the Storm, not yet, but other games I've left it all to, say, because I'm playing this on Steam backups or online backups, and that has gone terribly for me before, which is why I always like making manual backup saves. And any game developer who chooses not to, I get really, really sad when that happens. But otherwise, I'm just gonna go autopilot here, because for the most part, nothing really terrible should happen. If something terrible does happen, that would be really, really, really strange. But well, I'm actually going to stick with random names this time, because apparently one of the quote-unquote changes was the basically randomization of a bunch of names, or less likely to repeat names, which I feel like I've seen before, but I have not obviously tested that out. Because, boy, I think at the time of this DLC, I've only had a total of realistic game, like I was actually playing the game hours, 300 hours tops. There's no way I've done more. And I will readily admit that I've just been standing around, letting the game AFK at times. So, as we get off into Leechford as our first settlement here, again, we know the deal, I know the deal, timestamps should exist, and I'll explain later. That's the only other reason why I would hold off on things. But yeah, as we get into the Forest Mysteries here, again, don't need to pay too much attention, but it would be nice to not somehow lose a Viceroy run. Obviously, later on, you can be running, say, a low prestige and still lose at times, but for the most part, I think the player is in control. No mines during the storm. No metal during the storm, pretty much. Housing and clothing, and 7 hostility death, multiplied by number of years, which, if we do this quickly, hey, shouldn't need to worry, but, boy, meat things. So, as we get into the pause screen here, nothing really too much I still need to take care of. I should still plan things out to some extent, but I am just going to turn my brain off for the most part, so yeah, let's get on. I still want to do my opening pause menu preparation, which is probably what this thingamajig is called. That's right, I don't have consumption control yet. Oh my goodness, I'm already going crazy. We do have complex food here, nicely. Humans, beavers, but I need containers and some kind of main ingredient. I still don't know what to call them. I'm sure there's an actual phrase that most Viceroys call them, but I don't. And also, thankfully, I did not get a service mystery. I oftentimes fail I think most of the settlements I fail, and it would be nice to grab biscuits for both, but then I need to make it the flour line. But most of my failed settlements have to do with negative mysteries that have to do with services. I just can never figure out how to get services started up, or make service items particularly. Yeah. Rain mill, biscuit. I would like to take biscuits first. There's a clothing thing as well, right? Cloudburst, so clothes, yeah, I don't particularly need the complex food. It's nice though, it does save you resources over time. But to avoid especially if I don't want to rush through the glades for whatever reason, it would be nice to pick up clothing. Also, building materials as well. We don't have any plank brick stuff yet, and now we do. The kiln would be a lot nicer. Thinking. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna take the kiln. Yeah, I'll take the kiln. And no planks, so sadness happens. We do need dye for clothes, so you know what? We'll go the clothes route. Now, whether or not I'll even get to, because I don't even have anything yet, is a completely different story. Reeds, lots of eggs, and other stuff. But first and foremost, woodcutter's camp. Which way do I want to go? Cut through like 14 glades. No, I said 4 small glades. I don't know why I'm going crazy here with my words. But no, we'll cut. Yeah, we'll cut behind this first. I should still try to cut. Nah. Yeah, fuel consumption. We don't particularly need that. I also kind of flabbergasted with myself because I keep forgetting that I don't need as many materials to build things. So. Because again, high prestige. For those that don't, if you're completely new to Against the Storm, the game does ramp up pretty much every 5 prestige levels, starting from prestige 1 or 2, 1 to 2, and then after that, like prestige 6, 11, 16 is when you get the next things. Also, you know what I didn't do? I resumed the game, but for some reason I did not make the Trapper Camp. Could also do something else as well. Yeah, I'll probably do this, and then whoever my last human is will work on building things. So. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So as I sit around here and get things started, I don't know where Future Jordan is going to exactly put the timestamps, but could always be a lot more efficient doing things around my settlement. Most of the time, if not almost all the time. I do need 3 shelters, by the way. But there's a lot of micromanagement things that I've missed even in my first series. I probably should have already spread them out. My videos out for Against the Storm based on 2 different playlists, one being before this update, and the other being, well, this update. Roots per minute, you know what? Yeah. We're at the start of the settlement. That'll be about at least 30 roots, which isn't too much, but every little bit, right? And that's right, I can't control the consumption of the settlement, so I just have to stand here and take it. But this probably is also in the description really quickly as I just kind of autopilot for a moment. In the description, you'll probably see something along the lines of stream-like video. That means I'm pretty much making minimal edits. Also, I could, yeah, so 4 glades immediately. Probably not going to make as many purging fires. I could. You know what, actually, yeah, actually we will. I'm completely forgetting what I have. Not that I don't think in my Against the Storm life, I've ever really, you know what we're going to do, Ancient Tablet. I've never really, let me complete the thought. Haven't completed the upgrade tree in the Smoldering City, basically. So I'm by far a veteran of Against the Storm. And I did stop playing for a while anyway, so it's going to take me a bit to get off. Again, I have done 1 full settlement, and I think the Silver Seal on Prestige 13. Or maybe 12, one of the 2. As much as doesn't matter, because I think 13 is, hey, you get less cornerstones to pick. To me, that doesn't really matter. That's never really caused me to lose a settlement. Same thing for Cornerstone blueprints, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you get limited in, it doesn't matter as much. Now, the extra RNG is nice, but it doesn't matter as much. So, as we sit here and let the humans work, I think, so we do need to make purging fires. That's probably going to be with wood here. Yeah, and it's not a lot, but got to make the best. Also, do the best of what we've got. On top of that, we have the kiln and the blight post. So, probably kiln into blight post, but we need to then make the thing. This is something I need to get good at as well. Basically keeping myself concentrated. I don't theoretically need the trading post either. If I need it, then I have made a mistake. But yeah, staying concentrated on what I need to be doing around the settlement. Also, even have... It's a sub one, right? Yeah, sub... What do I want to call it? 20% chance to get clay from these reed fields, which isn't great, actually. Because I need the bricks now. Is this really all I have? Eggs into reeds? Well, also avoid glades, please. We'll actually interrupt that really quickly to move forward here. Because what I want to do is prep this small glade in case we want to cut into it. Probably should, considering I need it. I don't really like risking dangerous glades year 2, but it depends on the situation that I'm in, really. Do I need planks? I do need planks at some point, because that's right, I need to make the thingamajiggy. But I need the bricks as well. So either way, I'll need planks and I'll need bricks. I think I only need up to 4 for both the blight post and... Not together, but blight post and kiln. Yeah, so 4 for the kiln, 3 for the blight post. Doesn't really matter, though, because I am experiencing some issues. So, and then, yeah, we keep two gatherers for food of some sort that will usually sustain, unless I pick, like, 2 to 5 extra villagers at the start. But that's normally a non-issue as regardless. And away we go. But yeah, as I sit here and wait for whatever is going to happen, I could try to go for 7 packs of building materials, but I want to... If I were to do that... Well, I guess I could try to do it. Yeah, because I can make the planks and the things and the 2 fabric now. Maybe I should swerve. I should probably swerve. Yeah, I should swerve. So we're going to focus planks and fabric as well, because I don't have a reliable source of clay yet. Which means if I do... I'm pretty sure, unless I get lucky, all 40 charges, because there are at least 2 reed fields. Now there's only 1, but you get the point. That was not going to happen. Also, I cannot boost Resolve to blue, so... But again, have no consumption control in your first few settlements. Probably just first settlement, right? Because I think you can immediately... I think consumption control is right after the first upgrade, but hey. And there go all of our biscuits, because that's just how the game prioritizes things. Well, I'm trying my best. I was going to say something else. I didn't mean to cut, like, whine sound effects there, but... yeah, I think we're definitely going to be cutting into the small glade first. Which means I could have done a thing. Also, I'm looking over at something in real life and wondering if I did things right. Yep, I see that was the sound of a Windows error noise. And off I go. Could also, yeah, because it's pie. I don't think anyone, I think just humans, right? Yeah, humans for pies and this beanery for porridge, which is also humans, but also beavers with pickled goods. But it's going to be a while before I can do any of that thingamajiggy stuff. Could opt to do a thing. I actually just need more shelters at the moment. Knowing that I'm going to get more. Probably only need 1, but I might as well just be proactive and do this now. Normally I would make a makeshift post, but there's no real reason for me to do that, I think. It would be nice if I need something from it, but I don't. So, off we go. And yeah, these need planks and bricks. Basically missing bricks right now. If I can make the kiln, that would be nice. Not gonna happen for a while. In fact, it's not gonna happen for a long while. Because I only have, like, I only picked up 9 clay overall, it seems. Can't tell. Pretty much can only make up to 4 bricks, if even that much. Which is the problem I'm having. Should probably make actually more planks knowing that I need them. So just gonna set that to 8 and off we go. But once they cut this tree down, shouldn't need anything else for the moment. There's actually a peripheral in real life blocking my thingamajiggy. And I forgot the exact way to zero back in. I think H? Yeah, H. Could also rotate this as well. But I normally don't. Sometimes I do. Most of the times I don't, and let's just go through this. Yeah, this is a short stormy year because, again, I'm too used to high prestige storm times, which is normally bad, but sometimes it's good, and most of the time it's going to be good because, I need this by the way, because getting stormwater basically. Probably should make more of these, considering, yeah. And if I use too much, I would be a little confused with myself. So, 1 person working on that, just fine. We don't have a timer for our next newcomers yet. And once we cut these trees down, we'll wait. I usually like waiting for a storm. The storm, well, I was correct to say that. The Storm to Pass, or Drizzle Year 2, before cutting into another glade, just in case you get a cornerstone that helps with that. Now, obviously, if you... No, that doesn't make sense, because cornerstones only appear at the beginning of the year. So I was going to say... opening glades during the storm gives you tools, but again, because you don't get cornerstones until the beginning of the year, yeah, there's no point to that. Could cut into this dangerous glade now. Could. Do I want to? Probably not. Could rush to it if I make this trading post. You know what? Actually, let's prioritize that then. We get our upgrade to the hearth, and off we go. I feel like I'm forgetting something important. What I'm not forgetting is that we need to make this clothier, so we'll let this go as the game moves us into our next year, but we do want to make this clothier. I don't want to interrupt that job, so we're just gonna live with the clothier being positioned like that. Every 30 amber worth of value or food production, protected trade, might as well. Whether or not I'll use that is a completely different story, and we'll pick up a lizard. Aside from that, though, so we don't need the coats yet. And because I can't control consumption anyway, there's no point to doing that. Yeah, tailoring is for harpies, so we'll make use of these instead, and I think we're just going to rush. We'll use copper ore, we're not using it anywhere, but otherwise planks. That being said, if that's... risk reward, we're going to cut into the small glade. Yeah, we'll cut into the small glade and see what happens with our lives. Neat knowing that now, so the pie would be useful for the lizards as well. I think that's stone, thankfully, so we do get to make use of it. But right after that... don't really have anyone who can make use of it, but... there's no food there, I just realized. Do we have enough food to last? We do. We should. The year. Now, that does decrease the amount of eggs we have, but I don't really mind. Could also break this open for extra vegetables and fabric. Just making sure there wasn't anything else. We'll let them bring this wood back and then do a thing. One of them is taking a break. The other one is doing nothing, so... let's do that, and I'm going to cancel them really quickly. And I think I'll try to open the thing next, the glade next year. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. Put this lizard in the stonecutters camp. Do I have anyone else? I have an extra human. Leaving one villager, I like leaving one villager so I can make use of, you know, maybe I want to make paths and whatnot. It's not the greatest time save, but yeah, I like doing it, if nothing else. But I think it does provide, at least the normal paths provide a speed boost of some sort, right? Yeah, 5% speed increase. You know, saves like a second or two, maybe, but haven't done the calculations myself. Cancel those trees. Just trying to make space around the hearth. And let's make some bricks. Or try to make some bricks, because otherwise that human was just standing there. Have yet to do the other stuff, but hey. Yeah, we can do dangerous glades now. I don't think we're gonna get jerked. Actually, he had to kill him, didn't we? I'm going crazy. Well, too late. And then glades in time. We could do that. Cut into a small glade, and then cut into the dangerous glade, basically. That's gonna be a huge hostility increase, but it's for the best, I swear. I will move these over. And another woodcutter's camp would be nice, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Where did I... oh, the clothier. I used the planks of the clothier. Also using wood for the thing. Basically, any two sources of wood at this early stage, I normally put it in my mind to do a thing. Also, have not done... oh, that's right. I was also making building materials with them. Whoops. That would explain a bit. We can make another woodcutter's camp because I want to prep this next glade. Period. That's the end of the sentence. It's going to push my hostility up temporarily, but that's fine. Don't have anything for Hilda. We'll take a look, but I don't think there's anything I would particularly need at the moment, aside from maybe food, but that's a different story. Yeah, and off we go. So we cut into this Forbidden Glade, and there's not really much else. Maybe I want to cut this way instead, to my north. Yeah, maybe. Haven't found a single archaeological discoveries. Do I want to, is the question. Because it would be a nice boost. I am tempted to attack traders a lot of the time, by the way. It's just in my mind. That being said, yeah, we do need to make this kiln at some point in our lives. And let's help out this way. In fact, we'll even cut this way. We'll even just go crazier. That's a bit too far. Just making sure, yeah, avoid glades, please. That would be nice. And yeah, we're just making planks left, right, and center because we need them. But the kiln is more important, actually, so... Hey, I should be using stone, sorry. Beanery, we're not making any thingamajiggies. And all we're getting is eggs now, so that's going to be interesting to take care of. Do we even have anything else? I don't think so, right? Or anything to make some good complex food. No, we don't. Could also do this. Yeah. We have the field kitchen immediately? No, we don't. No, we don't, right? We don't. Let me just take a quick look here. Oh. Yeah, just... It's not complex food, so... It would probably be skewers, but then we need a meat ingredient. Yeah. This is interesting. So, year 3, we're going to be cutting into the dangerous glade and a small glade for the sake of into the unknown. But after that, we'll see what happens. Our wood help. Really don't have enough for an extra kiln, huh? Well, I mean, I know I'm making use of... Oh, that was a bit of a burp word, but I know I'm making a thing. I'm going crazy. Hold on. This is priority, by the way. And then making coal would be nice. But then we need to use the wood for coal instead of other stuff. But right after that would be doing some other things. Plank... Yeah, so let's go back to making planks, kind of. And then fabric. Actually, we'll have enough. So basically, when they finish this, they don't need to do much else. In fact, I should only need 1 human there. And we can, in fact, if this lizard is not doing anything, we can replace that lizard and have this lizard on the kiln. Our only lizard, really. And then we'll swap in between making bricks and coal. We'll need both. And to that end, actually move the one with more beavers over here. And then this beaver can just kind of sit here. I want the herd space. That's all I'm trying to say. But anywho, as we move on, I think we can start burning coal if we're going to be like this. Actually, I should just set both anyway. But yeah, making coal is nice. Then right after that, this human should be done. Before I can make Purging Fire again, we need more bricks, which is the primary concern. In fact, we're about to run out of stones as well. But nothing I can do about that. Could have also pushed this lizard to blue resolve a bit late now, so we're just going to leave it as is. Let me just make sure, because I forgot my mysteries. No mines, no metal. Need clothing. Of which we don't even have dyes. Although, are we getting them as a byproduct from trees? We can. Low chance, though. But we can. Prioritize the ore and... Can make building materials. Cost planks. Theoretic... Actually, if I want to make the blight post... In fact, if I even just want to make the archaeologist... You know what? No. No, not yet. I'm going crazy. Could push myself down to hostility 0. No reason to do that. So, instead... is 2 gonna hurt me? I guess we're gonna find out. Yes. But it doesn't really matter because by the time their resolve goes down, don't need to worry. So, we are still gonna wait for the next year before I cut into the glades that I plan to cut into. But... not really much else to say. We're about to go around it, yeah, so we definitely need to cut into this dangerous glade. Whatever happens, happens, and hopefully I'll be ready for it. Please don't tell me, yeah, resolve drops slowly enough, but if I want to be safe, could do this. And then we do this. So, you all are going to be cutting into glades. Actually, I should cut like this. Oops. So that we have extra space. Oh my goodness, I can't even see the trees. So we're going to cut this way. And then we'll cut this. And we should be happy. So. Every sea marrow, not sure. Jerky for every pie? Question mark? If I get flour, and that's assuming I get, well, if not a node, then... Can I even make this? No, I can't. So that's kind of a moot point for the moment. Need more beavers, funny enough. Also need more lizards, so... Blub blub into blub blub. And let's see what happens. Can make more building materials, but I don't want to. And let's actually make the blight post now. Oh, I'm going crazy. Yeah, make the blight post now. Oh my goodness. I cannot move for the life of me. And let's find out. So that's a small glade with an obelisk, of which we cannot make use of at the moment. Oil would be nice. Yeah, so then this is one of the new things, so I'm just going to read this out. You can decline a cornerstone to receive amber instead. Each time you do, the reward decreases by 2 amber down to a minimum of 5. So, fair enough, but I'm going to take the 10 amber. And so berries, more stones here, but let's see what this one has. There's the sea marrow, by the way. Should have actually waited. There was no reason for me to not wait, but it's too late now. There's where the sea marrow would have been nice, but too late now. We also have a 2-star harvester's camp, but we also have a plantation that would be nice to make use of immediately. We also have a corrupted caravan. And here's the purging fire. Now, can I even make use of that? No, because I used up a lot of my reeds. So instead, we may have to burn it down. Oh, but we need provisions to do that. Never mind, never mind. What's the thing? Corruption increases quicker, 1 impatience point. That's not so bad. I'm sure there's an extra stage to this, but because we don't have the reeds immediately, or I can make, yeah, you know what? I could make coats. I'm going crazy. Yeah, we can make coats here. So we don't have consumption control, which is the dangerous part of this, but I don't have much else of a choice. Although I would like to rebuild this plantation. So we're going to take away a beaver to rebuild this plantation really quick. As for everything else, we'll have to see. We'll let these beavers cut this tree down first. Please cut that one down. I don't need to wait for this, actually, but... Okay, yeah, I'll let them cut that first, and then we set this over. Set the woodcutter's camp closer to the dangerous glade. Let's turn this in. We get 3 villagers that I can use. We get an extra blueprint. I get nothing. I could make skewers and biscuits and porridge, but would rather grab the carpenter. Just making sure. Am I going crazy? It's jerky, right? Jerky that's in the kiln? It is. Not the most efficient jerky, but would actually be nice to use. Otherwise, the cookhouse, which asks for more lizards. And essentially, I just be making a lot of skewers anyway. The biscuits are nice. Can I even make biscuits? No, right? Because this doesn't turn... This plantation doesn't turn into... Yeah, you can't make flour from that. Oof. Huh. The leather would be good for the clothier, but we still need the dye from somewhere. I do have a tincture, I think, right? I'm going absolutely insane. Let me just make sure. Yeah, this is going to be a huge resolve hit. Well, actually, don't need the complex. I'm going absolutely insane. This would be nice, though. Double yield, 20% double yield chance would be great to use. Also, we don't have boots for the lizards, so... Either way, we do need the tinctuary ASAP, I just realized. Well, I mean, we could get rid of woodcutters, but we will need it within the next 2 years. Packs of building materials, blah, blah, blah. Purging fires, which we need for this Glade event anyway. Probably going to use coats, so I'm going to... No, you know what? We're going to go... Can't make this yet, but I'm going to go the carpenter. Do I have anything else? No. Oh, that's right. I just got 3 villagers. I'm going crazy. I'm like, where did these villagers come from? It's because I just got them. Need to make houses first, though. So... And then we used some of the lumber here, so we need to make more planks. But in the meanwhile... Oh, that's right. We can't upgrade our hearth anymore because that's counting on an upgrade, but... Yeah. Could brush the building materials order, but I want to take care of the dangers around us first. You know what would also be great? Just using the serum arrow. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going crazy, right? No, I don't think I am. So, plantations here. And that means we need to do a thing. Are we going to even make it in time? I guess we're going to find out. Because it's the only plantation we have. Although we're not only... Yeah, we don't need to make more farm fields. We're not going to be able to touch them anyway. So... Yeah, we need to make these shelters first, because otherwise we won't have enough homes. But right after that, we need to start making coats. Boy, are we missing dyes, though. Tinctuary, we need more planks for that. I should just do it anyway. Oh my goodness. Don't have space, please. Our food situation is going to go bad in another year or two, but because we can deal for the moment... Yeah, we need the tinctuary now. I want the tinctuary now. If for no other reason than the clothes, but... Really? Don't want to interrupt them now, but... Let's make some purging fires. In fact, we're running out of a bunch of wood, but... Not much I can do about that now. Tinctuary is just 5 planks, right? It is. Should have actually moved these, but it's a bit too late. Can move this shelter, might as well. And when this shelter gets made... That's where all my wood is going, by the way. We can put the tinctuary over next to this... Oh my goodness, pain. Next to the warehouse. The warehouse. Warehouse. Don't want to make dye with that. Want to make it with the thing. Could also make things with the coal, but I need that coal for the moment. Don't actually need it. Also, we need to be cutting wood. That's where all my wood is going. And I promise I will get started on these soon. Actually, you know what I should have been doing? I should have been using coal anyway. But we can get to work Making purging fires. We need to make purging fires. Because I do want to get rid of this event. Also can now start making clothes. We're now self-sufficient on fabric and making clothes. But yeah, anything else? Probably luxury. Maybe I get lucky and get a luxury goods, but I don't want to rely on that. And then 10 humans for 2 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, time is ticking on that thingamajiggy. We are running out of things. And now the countdown is on for food. But while we're sitting here, make clothes. You know what we're also not doing? Making clothes this way. So yeah, we're not going to be using the reeds. Actually, we might be. Wait, we're getting reeds from somewhere, actually. I'm going crazy, aren't I? I'm going crazy. I think we're just barely off, funny enough. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Pain here? Maybe we get it as a byproduct? No, just extra berries. Well. Nothing in Stonecutters Camp. Could double up here. In fact, I made 2 Stonecutters Camp for whatever reason. So, yeah, let's just take this down. So we at least have extra wood. Micromanagement would be great. Don't have fabric at the moment because we used it all. 29 reeds, man. Why did I do this to myself? We can start doing that. We might as well. Nothing much else to our name. And actually here... Wait, are we getting them from the thing? No. No, right? These trees don't grant us. No. Reeds is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to, again, just at least make more space around the hearth. But, more importantly, we need to free up some people. So... purging fire. That's gonna ruin a lot of our coal. Yeah, so mostly all of our wood is being used for coal, which means I really shouldn't be making planks unless really need be. In fact, I need to make a carpenter first if I want to make more planks, which I can do. I don't need them right now, right? Please tell me I don't need them. Well, so now we really don't need planks from the crude workstation, but it still exists here for the fabric, basically. And dye for the clothes, because we will need it. In fact, we don't have any more anyway. Yeah. Shouldn't need bricks anymore. Guess we're gonna find out. But either way, yeah, we only need 1 person on the event there. Micromanage, micromanage, micromanage. Even though I'm just kind of blindly moving around trying to see what I can do. But, yeah, just need to keep making coal because we are making purging fires left, right, and center. Shrug. And I'm pretty sure, unless we get more, die, pretty much. We're just going to double up here on the tinctuary for the moment. Have to remind myself that I don't have the thingamajiggy at the moment. What am I trying to say? Oh, every 120 seconds. I forgot about that. Please transport more thingamajiggies. That would be nice. Actually, you know what? We're gonna double up just to make sure we can do that. I think this costs a plank, right? We have a plank, I believe, just so we can hit more of the farm fields. I'm sure there's something I need from here. But I'm going crazy. Herb garden. Can make herb gardens for ourselves, but I don't want that. Line reactions. I know there's something I need. Don't know what it is, though. So... Probably planks, if nothing else. I don't think... Well. If anything funny enough, I would probably sell, but... Oh, no, planks. Do you know why I want planks? So I can make more building materials immediately. That's why. In fact, we didn't even need to use all the amber. And here we go. So... Oops. Make 7 of these, and put another human back on. Unless we're already making dye, which we are, so I don't want to interrupt them. But this beaver, on the other hand, can work on some clothes. And just going to... hold on. We'll let this human finish doing a thing. Pretty sure we can only hit these farm fields over here, so no reason to do much else. And then we put the farm there. All of our coats are going bye-bye because we can't control the consumption! Yeah. No way, yeah. We would probably need so many cysts before we have to worry about them, so... Yeah. Although we are running out of coal now. And yeah, nothing much else to say. Basically, the seam rail is going to be used, if we're not going to be sacrificing it in the hearth, to speed up this event. Because boy, oh boy, are we running out of time. In fact, we are near and dear to being able to work on the event. But that does mean I need to work on seam rail. Oh my sweet goodness, this dye is not being made fast enough. That makes me so sad. Pretty sure I don't need any... Yeah, so... For purging fires, we already have more than enough. So we'll actually take these villages immediately. But right after that, I'm trying to figure out what else I need. Oh goodness, probably a carpenter, all things considered. Lizards will be fine. It's these coats that I'm worried about. And so they're working on that. They're finally working on it now. And we're not going to run out of time, but for the sake of just making things faster, we're going to speed this up. Now we can finally relax, kind of, with this thingamajiggy. Also, this harvester's camp would be nice, but... would want a small warehouse. We don't have fabric. Into the next year I go. Well, here's improvised tools, as I said. 40 water skins through high resolve. Nope, improvised tools. Small farm. And that would mean we get to use all of this farm field for vegetables / grains. But that means we need more humans. So yeah, let's wait on that. Should use both, if anything. Here are the new newcomers, and we'll take our humans now so that we can get this order completed. We'll try to make this small farm field. I don't think it's going to work. In fact, we're gonna go over one farm field just so we have extra space. We'll leave both. Should probably just focus on grains. You know what? Yeah, let's just focus on grains. Next question. Do we get to make use of any of these? No, because we can't make flour. Don't need training gear. The lizards could use it, but no. And nothing else. So what about the beanery? Need primarily water. But... so the water skins would have been great for the pickled goods here, but... meh. And yeah, I would probably end up doing a... making a rain collector for that. If we don't need anything else, I think pretty much it's just this I'm worried about, right? Also, we don't need any more purging fires, so there's that. So instead, as I just mentioned, let's make a rain collector and get to work. Where did all my fuel go? It's okay. I'll just say 20 planks. Could continue to make building materials. In fact, we do need to continue to make building materials. But only so many. And then... Oh, we won't have the planks if I do that, by the way. But I want to focus the order anyway, so let's at least get started, get collecting rain so that when I can make porridge, we can make porridge. Otherwise, I probably should have done this. I'm sorry. And there goes the thing. Don't need to worry about the blight rot cysts. They'll be fine. No coats, so rip my order, but we'll deal. Close! We also don't have enough shelter space at the moment, so let's make some shelters. 20 wood to do a thing. We have building materials now, so now we can make more planks when we make them. But now we don't have any planks, so that's where all my wood is going as well, but hey. Let's let you deliver this, and then we'll cancel that job that beaver was just doing. Sorry, but we need this. Alternatively, I could start sacrificing or burning sea marrow because we're using a 2-star node for it. Also want to focus on, yeah, probably on opening up some glades for the sake of the tools. That way we can open up these caches. One small, one medium, yeah. With that said, yeah, actually I should do this. We do this. With one wood curse camp, it should be more than enough. But I guess we'll find out. Also still missing wood. In fact, let's make use of the fact that we're doing stuff. So, 2 blueprints. We can make flour, which would be appreciated. I think we can make biscuits in this smelter, right? Question mark? No, I'm going crazy. I'm absolutely crazy. Beanery. Huh. Okay, I'm going crazy. But to make biscuits, we need the rain mill anyway. Otherwise, the pottery for a thing. Rain mill first. If we get something else, that would be nice. Otherwise, Sacrament of the Flame! Hey! Even though I'm not going to be using that thing, but it's fine. Also, we have more than enough bricks than we know what to do with, so whoops. Don't have anything for jerky. And I'm kind of sitting here figuring out what I can do with my life. Things. Oh yeah, we need the wood now, so I'm just gonna purposely hostility myself there. Is there anything else at the moment? Technically more stones if I absolutely need it, but I don't think I do. We'll use coal. Prefer to use copper ore, but if we have to use the coal, we have to use the coal. And we don't have any leather, so I'm sure these people can do something else with their lives, but need the planks first. Yeah. So well, let's have these lizards start making paths because I want them. I want that. But more importantly, we don't have the planks yet, I just realized. Also, that's right, our reputation is so low. The threshold for winning a settlement is so low because we're not on prestige, so hey. But also making extra houses. Extra humans. Now we can make extra. Now we have extra clock to make. This is interesting, but that's gonna have to wait until I open up probably this dangerous glade over here, if I decide to do so. Actually, I should do so. So we're gonna try to rush. In fact, if I'm rushing like this, I should not be quote-unquote wasting time, if that makes any sense to say. And we'll find out what else we can do. In fact, I should probably even extend a path this way. Oh my goodness, I cannot set my priorities straight. Yeah, the lizards are gonna have to eat that resolve in the face. Otherwise, yeah, I primarily want to be using leather for these. In fact, we'll have more than enough leather that should last me for the rest of the run, but we'll see. Don't have any luxury, don't have any ancient tablets, just sadness. Don't need to worry about the blueprint, don't worry about it, game. But more importantly, the hostility is hurting me a lot here, but let us cut a way into this glade. So, I was going to do a single path here. Mark trees, avoid glades. X second to last order. I was going to say extra order. I don't know if I'm going to be getting ancient tablets, but we'll hope. And cope. But by the time we reach the storm season, I shouldn't need to worry about the hostility, question mark? Kind of, actually, I do need to worry a bit. But you know what? I think I want to put a lizard on the hearth for the moment. Could also make use of this mine to make dye. Shouldn't need it, though. Yeah, shouldn't need it. And let's see what happens. So again, we're the primary reason to remind everyone, including myself, why we are prepping all these glades is for the sake of the storm tools, basically. So first and foremost, yeah, in the middle of the glade is when we're going to open a bunch of... the middle of the storm season is when we're going to open a bunch of these glades, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. While we're waiting for the storm season. Although, we might as well just reposition a bunch of these shelters while we're just sitting here. That way I can put buildings closer. But more importantly, yeah, as we get ready for the storm season, we're going to probably lose a lizard or two. That's just nearly unavoidable. We don't have any complex food because I'm going crazy. I really need to get better at just focusing on complex food earlier, but yeah, we don't have flour anyway. We can make a rain mill, but let's focus on what we can do. In fact, I should actually just make the rain mill. Also need the fabric as well, I just realized, so I'm just kind of just sitting on inefficiency for the moment. Yeah, I know, I'm sitting on inefficiency, I'm sorry. But as we sit here and do our best, let us open this glade up. And we'll open this glade as well. So the lizards are going to get slapped here due to the cloudburst mystery. If they were any higher, yeah, it would be nice, but no. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah, so we're going to lose at least 2 lizards, I'm pretty sure. Actually, that's right. The storm season's shorter, but that doesn't really matter. So we prepared for the storm, or we've prepared as much as we could for the storm. If a villager leaves, so be it. Also, can you open this glade up? That would be really, really nice to do. No? There's more fertile soil here. There's extra villagers as well, but there's this withered tree, and now we need an extra... Oh, man. We can make use of that. That does mean I need to rebuild the thingamajiggy, the blight post again, which, you know what? Fair enough. So here's where our lizards are going to go. Or at least a lizard. Because we're going to be losing. We're going to be losing one. Could use the marrow instead. Don't need to. And let's focus on opening this glade. So, oops, that's not what I want to do. Oh, goodness. Now, are we going to be able to open that glade is another question. But we have now 30 tools, question mark? Where'd you go? Please. I did take that one, right? Am I going crazy? Yeah. It's 44 tools and a bunch of caches sitting around. We're going to lose probably a beaver and then a lizard. But after that, we shouldn't need to worry anymore. Unless we lose this woodcutter here. Then I will be a bit sad. I'm going to even push. I'm going to push a lot. Bye! Harvester. Oh. Leather. Extra tools, extra plant fiber, extra everything. Woodcutter, that was not what I wanted to see, but hey, we did what I wanted to do. So, we don't need to suffer anymore as much. In fact, I could probably take this woodcutter's camp out. I do want the wood, but... Eh. That's all I can really say. Let's see here. Is there any other tree? Well, technically there are, but... Let's focus on the trees. So, our trees avoid glades, and... Oh, they were birding assists with that. Whoops. We're gonna lose another lizard? I guess we're gonna find out. Extra thingy. Ancient tablets. Well, here's the tablet for our order. And what's in here again? Also, I didn't get to, I'm not making use of all these farming fields. That's fine. Herbs or fish? And really just fish. Into finally, hey, I can use this cookhouse. But need these purging fires first so I can deal with the thingy. Will you see Meryl first? And in fact, I should be transporting coats now, I just realized. As we get extra villagers. Funny enough, more humans. Also, we do have Sacrament of the Flame, so would be nice to start sacrificing something. Probably coal, but we'll wait for that. And we don't have oil. A press would be nice, but we'll see. That's pretty much overkill here, but don't need to really worry about it when we are doing relatively well. So just to go out of our minds, let's make use of this fishing hut, and since we have coal to burn, let's just go crazy here. But yeah, it's just sitting around. We could probably just rush through this, all things considered. In fact, I should be opening up a bunch of these caches, which I have not been doing. Whoops. We'll do that as soon as we make sure that we can finish this glade event properly. Also missing some coats, but hey. You know what? Let's start sacrificing now. We'll let these purging fires complete being made, but right afterward we'll be fine elsewhere. Because we really shouldn't be. We shouldn't need to take care of these cysts, is what I'm trying to say. But what I do need to take care of are these caches sitting around. So we'll start with the bigger ones, I guess. And then, right after this completes... Ow! I bumped into the microphone. That's the sound you heard. Let's cut these over here really quickly. Prep this glade really quickly as well. Don't need to make any more... we could make more fabric. In fact, I should just remove these limits. But right after that, which medium cache do I want to go to? Doesn't really matter. Technically, this one's farther, but I don't really care. We're just opening glades here. Or, we're opening caches here. In fact, we have more than enough water everywhere else, so we'll just open up this medium cache as well. And off we go. In fact, I probably should have made use of these. Yeah, actually. Do you have enough leather at the moment? We do. So what we could do is have these humans recruit more villagers. Hello, Sahilda. Is there anything we want? Extra speed would be nice. Extra coat productions would be interesting, but we don't particularly need it. Yeah, we don't particularly need it. Technically don't need anything. Yeah, technically don't need anything. After a while, we should be perfectly fine. In fact, I would rather make this temple instead. And then we need to throw lizards in there, but that'll have to wait. And yeah, we're just getting a bunch of fish. No packs of crops we can use, so shrug. But otherwise, I think we are, yeah, we're sacrificing sea marrow. That's why things, but that'll also speed up the cache opening, I believe. If they can work on that, which they are not, so. Whoops. Also, shouldn't be burning sea marrow, but we're gonna run out anyway, so whoops. We'll let this human deliver these stones and then move this closer. Because even if I put two, if I had two stonecutters camps, wouldn't really matter. Yeah, it wouldn't really matter. Can't make this temple because we don't have any builders, but that's fine because we're doing something more important for the completion of the settlement. I'm also taking a look at something really quickly because I'm going crazy, but let's find out. I think I can just speed through this and be perfectly fine. Although, there is a bit to worry about. It's not going to be the end, but I should be relatively okay still. Yeah. So we just got new villagers. I would like to replace any lizards that are not benefiting, really. And technically, I don't even need these lizards to be grabbing those, but we will. We'll make use of them. Is there another lizard? This withered tree, but we might as well just wait, I guess. I will keep sacrificing sea marrow just to do it. In fact, I could even sacrifice coal here if I want to. Tavern, beaver house, lizards. Technically, lizards will be the easier one to complete. Beaver houses because I have planks, but we'll do lizards, funny enough. If I were really trying to be efficient, I would really be looking for where I'm getting my resolve, but I wasn't, so... We'll let this lizard go to the temple, but then we need the shelters again because we don't have enough houses. I'll make 3 just to be sure. Could open up this glade. That's the operative word, but we'll wait. Should be able to, though. Yeah, just a lot of amber going out. And we're getting close. Now, if we could properly fix our resolve for these species, I would be able to complete this settlement, but I'm not. So, yeah, probably should use this beanery. Really should use this beanery. But we need to make these houses first. So let's at least make these 2 shelters, and we will be on our merry little way. If we lower anything, 25, that's more than good enough. We shouldn't hit hostility 7 is the other thing I'm trying to say. But we'll see. So, 1, 2, 3 humans working on rebuilding this beanery. Could actually probably just take down the smelter, all things considered. Yeah. Because we have the cookhouse anyway. So, we'll salvage it. There's an extra thing here. Might as well. And let's actually start sacrificing coal. And once we open this small glade really quickly, if we can, we will disable our woodcutters. Yes. So how much? 20 per minute. So basically all the coal I have is going to be used for this storm. But that's fine. Should be fine. Last order, if we need it. 5 ancient tablets. Whether or not I'm going to get that. Otherwise, coats into oil. Maybe if I get a press. Either one doesn't matter, though. Shouldn't. Guess we'll find out. And yeah, we're missing coats, by the way. That's why we're suffering. In fact, an extra clothier would probably be necessary here. So that we can have enough coats for everyone. Yeah. Could also instead, well, 1, disable woodcutters, but 2, sacrifice wood. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, instead, make another clothier. Make a little path extending, just because it looks nice. But, really, we just need it for the coats. Yeah, for the coats. In fact, one human working on dye is enough for this, so that's interesting to note. Wheat, more fish, and salt. Not that I need a lot of them, but salt is great for biscuits if I decide to do that, which, you know what, I didn't do yet? Make this cookhouse. So let's, I guess, do that. Lizards. Disable woodcutter so I can be happy. But more importantly, do we have any other lizards I need to worry about? Not really. Have these beavers take those out. We actually need more lizards if I want to make use of... I mean, I don't need to make use of the specialization bonus, so you know what? Let us actually... Can't make skewers, going crazy. Can make porridge. So let's do that. Also, we don't need to do that. Cornerstone, not that it should matter too much. Rich Glade's a little late, but hey. And once these fish get brought up, I'll have more stuff to cook with. But for the moment... wait, is the beanery better? Yeah, the beanery is better. I'm going crazy. Never mind, never mind. Cancel! I forgot whose that is. Well, I'm forgetting, but... probably berries and salt. Not that it matters too much, so we're just going to have one beaver there. But the other ones can actually work on the beanery, actually. Oh, goodness, I'm going crazy. What's this last blueprint here? Weaver for fabric. Would also help make boots, so you know what? We do need those. And let's get started. Leather for boots, leather for coats, and a lot more pain. But if we can push, it would be nice. Let's just purposely do a push here. For lizards at least, just so we can start. We can turn in order for the extra tools and extra newcomers. Should have really made another small farm. Welp. A bit late now. We'll do our best, but we're not going to be able to make use of this farm to its utmost capacity. What we can do is put these lizards in this beanery. That's probably canceled whatever porridge I was making, but hey. And then... Oh, that's right, we're not cutting any wood. Yeah, I know. Also missing houses. Whoops. Lizard house, question mark? Yeah, lizard house is 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't need to make a 5th one, but I'm just going to do it just to be thorough. And off we go. There is something else I should be doing, by the way. But I don't think I'm going to make anything. Our farm has no farm fields. I forgot about that. No, please. And we're just going to be making grain, because we're just going to be making porridge. For the humans. Funny enough, probably should think about cutting into another dangerous glade, all things considered. So, you know what? Let's do that. Work on some pads over here. Should probably put a warehouse somewhere. In fact, a warehouse here would probably be ideal. Yeah. But first, these lizard houses. So... No! Losing all the pies. Did I ever make that cookhouse, by the way? I did, right? Yeah, it's right here. But we don't have any... We don't have a rain mill. I'm going crazy. I completely forgot about the rain mill. I'm like, why am I not doing stuff? It's because I forgot to make the very building I was trying to focus on flour for. But yeah, we'll focus on that. Paste, no one eats paste here. And in fact, we'll do roots and wheat. But we're missing we're missing planks, sorry. No, Pain! I forgot. I forgot. Do we have coal, by the way? No, we don't. So we actually need more. We do need a second woodcutter's camp. Oops. Hey, by the way. Could probably just destroy that fishing hut, but you never know, right? Is this one of those... Is this the phantom thing? I think this is the bug I'm talking about. So this path doesn't actually exist, but hey. But anywho. Only mark trees, avoid glades for now. In fact, I should move this forward. And off we go. Oh goodness, my resolve. Well, I guess we do need to look for the other thingamajiggy. Another cache somewhere. Probably, yeah, all this is going. So is the sea marrow node, but that's fine for the moment. Let's sacrifice a bit more sea marrow just so we can get the hostility decrease, but then we stop. And off we go. Would have liked to eventually have cut into a forbidden glade, but that wasn't in the cards. Can you make another hearth, by the way? No. We'd have to cut around this area over here, but no, it didn't happen. Wow, a 98% off. I'm going crazy. Let's just remove that. Actually, there's a beaver here. I don't know why I did that. Well, too late now. So close. This recording's gone on for so long, I know, but this is gonna be an interesting first episode. So what's going on? Hostia. Mainly the hostility of the forest. Don't really have anything else I can do about it, though. Especially when we're losing all of our coal. Which means I should probably be burning sea marrow in the hearth instead, because we have a bunch of it. But otherwise... Could double up and cut to 2 dangerous glades if I want to go crazy. You know what? Yeah, you shouldn't be... You guys shouldn't be cutting here. You should be cutting this way. Wonder if that counts. Yeah, it does. So we'll have 2 different focuses here. If we get 2 medium caches, I can basically just rush the end of this. Or it could have done these 2 orders. That would have been great too, but that wasn't in the cards. As long as we don't hit hostility 7, nothing terrible will happen. Also, could actually start making scrolls somewhere. Oh no, I think we removed the building to do so. Well, no, actually, am I going crazy? Yeah, I'm going crazy. Never mind. Well, either way. Oh, we're actually not getting any leather here, but let's just make use of all the villagers, and off we go. Yeah, I do want you guys to continue making coal, but we also need the planks as well. Actually, probably don't need any more planks. So back to leather we go. But as for everything else, so we're about to bring up all of these fish. We are also going to have a bunch of flour in a moment, but pretty sure I have a lizard just standing around doing nothing somewhere. Never mind, I lied. So biscuits, finally. For the humans and the beavers. And, I mean, if it matters, skewers with the fish. Yeah, skewers with the fish. Use everything else. Prefer to use the lower ones, but then after that, as we move the fish over... Yeah, I know there's Jorg. Hello. Should probably actually just do a bunch of stuff, but... Let me see. Porridge production would actually be something... useful. You know what? Just buy everything. Just buy everything. Just buy everything. We actually do need the oil here. Oh my goodness. What? I mean, you know what? Yeah, just sell everything. Don't even need these ancient tablets because I'm not making use of the archaeological thing anyway. And yeah, low prestige. I can afford to do this. In fact, I'm not even on a prestige at all. So, hey. Even pottery, just in case I need it. And you know what? Didn't even need to use all the amber, so hey. Oh, that's right. And then I have protected trade. I'm going crazy. Never mind. I should be using everything. I'm going absolutely insane. Well, too late now. I completely forgot about this, by the way. You know what? 4 amber. Might as well just make the use of that. Does that count, by the way? Yeah, it does. I will fulfill this order, but right after that, we will sit around and wait for this storm. I'll even cut into 2 dangerous glades. I don't need to do that, but I'm going to do that. So, hey. So off we go. Yep, that was going to happen because we are missing. What are we? Why is it so much, by the way? Am I just going crazy? I'm just going crazy. It's literally just a hostility slapping me in the face. Which, again, I need to fix this, by the way. The fact that I do my settlements like this, but it doesn't really matter because we're just going to open this cache and win. So, hey. There's a blood flower here. Would be nice to get rid of it. But, otherwise... Really? I guess we'll do a thing. Oh my goodness, no space. I am going crazy. But yeah, let's get this done and we can finally finish this video. Oh goodness gracious. So, as we open this and probably lose a beaver in the middle of this storm, perfectly fine. There's another cache, not that I need to use it, but you know what? We're here, doing the best we can. Let's just do it. Probably should have used a human or something else instead, but it'll be fine. In fact, could do that. Oop, I keep forgetting what exact buttons to hold, but it's fine for the moment. And off we go. Just sacrifice the rest of the sea marrow. Might as well. No point holding on to it when we are literally doing anything else with our time. Unfortunately, we finished in year 7 because I was a bit slow, but it should be fine. Lost a scout, lost a cook. Really? Just happened to lose the scout? Well, don't really need to pick this up, but it's fine. It's fine. Just gonna sit here and let things happen. Out of curiosity, yeah, missing oil. But anywho, as we complete this settlement and move on with our lives, is it... I wonder if you can... Oh, you know, I have to move here. Food save 0 because I don't have any food save, but hey... We'll take this level up and I'll continue doing more Against the Storm. Obviously, I'm going to move on my main save as well, but as I continue on with this, yeah, this save file will be used for the videos on this channel. But without further ado, as we enter the Smoldering City, yeah, not really much else to look at. We'll just move on. I'll complete these tutorials on my own time. It'll be an extra cool, it'll be extra stuff I can grab. Otherwise, consumption control, please, and blueprint reroll. More Embark points. I mean, we can pick up everything here. We can pick up everything here because we played on Viceroy immediately. And then we can't pick up anything else. So, we can pick up these deeds as well, but don't need to. I'm just going to sit here and we'll just... I won't take up much more of your time. I'll take care of everything else, but I will complete the tutorials on my own time. Otherwise, yeah, as we sit here at the end screen, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, again, I am not the most knowledgeable person playing Against the Storm, so feel free to ask me, because if nothing else, maybe I'll learn something. And yeah, that'll be the end of this video. Without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!